Hey, what's going on, family? This mental stimulant coming through. I wanted to give everybody an update. I know I haven't been posting nearly as much content as I probably should have, but I've been a little busy, you know, ducking and dodging all the spiritual attacks from my haters, you know. But it's all good. All praise to the Most High, you hear me? You know, it's one thing to be attacked and not be able to see, not understand why your life is falling apart and different things are not going the way planned, you know. But when you got the spiritual eye to see and you understand and you see where the attacks are coming from, you know, it better equips you to mentally be able to deal with everything. Especially when these things are happening in your 3D life. Now, I want to send a sort of little love letter to my haters. Because despite all things, even the people who do not know me, that know me through third parties, etc., and what people have pillow talked and said about me, you know. But to all of my haters that really have no reason at all to hate me, you know, but I understand there's things within life, you know, sometimes that leaves people broken, battered, bruised, emotionally scarred, to where they just can't be happy for anyone else. You know, especially when they feel like they draw the short straw, so to speak. You know, I don't have any negative emotions towards you guys. Even the group of dudes that click up and want to attack a female, shame on you. It is not my fault my proverbial nuts hang to the floor. You should not be irritated by that, you know. And after all, it's not me at all, you know. I'm just a bystander watching the attacks come that are meant to destroy my life, you know. You guys are attempting to affect my financial security, my relationships with people in general, whether they be of love, friendship, or other, you know. I understand all that. I think it to be a little bit weird, but, you know, I understand hurt people. And when you're broken inside and low vibrational, you can be used and manipulated mentally by dark energy, dark forces, demonic beings that will have you thinking that you're in the right and that whatever this prospective person you're attacking because you have right to, that they have did something to you, which is far from the truth most times. And then, hey, I may have hurt a few feelings. I may have said something someone does not like. All right. In that aspect, I say what I want, you know, and I don't apologize for it. I'm sorry that you have such soft feelings that whatever I said hurt your feelings. That's crazy. But on a more serious note, I don't hate. I don't act in revenge. I don't even care to see the karma that my ancestors and my spiritual team keep telling me and revealing to me. I don't want to know what y'all going through. I don't want to know that your funds is being stripped from you, that you can't support your children, that people are passing away around you, people are sick. I don't want to hear that. Because in reality, I feel sorry for you guys, even though I am the victim here. You know? And even then, I can't even really say I'm a victim because I am divinely guided and protected. I know every attack, everything that I have to endure, man, I'm going to get 10 times better for just the trouble I had to go through. So by all means, do your big one. I don't care, you know. But I would like to have you change your mind because you're getting in your own way. You're stagnating your own healing. Without healing, you cannot get to your blessings. They are blocked. Anything that you strive for to achieve in life, it will not find you because your heart is not right. You know, God does not bless BS. You know, and even the blessings that you seem to think you're getting, you won't keep them. They won't last. None of it will have longevity. So what's the point? You get the floss for a season or whatever, be up for a season. Then I have knowledge to know some of you guys have cursed your lives. We talking about 100 years of karma. Even when I heard that, I said, sheesh. That means you're going to die, come back, and suffer some more, die, come back, suffer some more. Like, golly, was that worth it? Them little coins you got, that little notoriety you got, was it worth it? Like, nah. Nah. If I were you, I would have passed. But I'm not. But I wanted to be corrected that I don't hate nothing about you guys. I don't relish in the fact that you may go through things for the harm that you have caused and attempted to cause, and not just me, the other people. Because one thing you don't realize is certain people that you attack, they bring on the karma that you had from other people you didn't attack. It's a domino effect. And the way that it's set up, you'll get hit back to 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 back. Everything will fall apart. I'm talking about suffering, real suffering. You know, I look at the little things that we take for granted, like hot water, running water, having a roof, shelter over our head, food to eat, being able to clothe our children and feed our children, not having to watch people we love die. We don't thank the Creator enough for those things that are not promised to us. Nothing is promised to us. Just being able to get into a hot shower after working 16, 18 hours and you feel disgusting is a blessing. There's a lot of people that go days without baths, man. And y'all sitting around watching people, this nonsense about destiny thieves. You want going into people's Akashic records and wanting to steal their destiny because their destiny promises wealth and etc. love. It's crazy. Even if you were triumphant in stealing these things from someone else, understand one thing, it is not yours. You're not going to be able to keep it. And I know sometimes a lot of people have done magic and think that they're walking in someone's destiny. It's set up that way by design. So you can get in there, get to enjoying it, and it's stripped away from you. Can you imagine getting something that you wanted and lusted after so bad? Just getting your hands on it and it's snatched away? And you got to pay karma for trying to take it in the first place? Like, we got to make common sense out of this stuff, man. We allow lust, greed, jealousy, and envy, man, just destroy our lives. And the more horrendous the act, no one seems to be mindful of spiritual law. These are the type of things, when you break these laws, you curse people in your bloodline to where they have to suffer, and they may not never have knowledge of what even occurred. We talking about children that will be born into suffering simply because you broke spiritual law and wanted something that was not yours. I know everyone's parents taught them, keep your hands to yourself. Do not covet what your neighbor has. All of us are old enough to know the difference between right and wrong. I really, really feel bad for you guys. Even the knowledge of knowing there are men, we talking about grown men, well over 30, that will click up and attack a female. Doesn't that do something to your spirit? Don't something sit inside of you and feel like I am a clown? And although the world is not seeing it because it's done spiritually, you know what you're doing. All types of acts that you guys get into to harness the energy of these females. You guys are having guy on guy sex to harness female and run around sleeping with these women to steal their blessings, their feminine energy. Like, what type of weirdo stuff are y'all really on? Where's your masculinity that would tell you, yo, that's clown behavior? Like, most of you guys that's doing this are not even gay. But because you guys have learned how to harness this spiritual energy and strip blessings and manifestations from the womb of these women, you guys will participate in male on male sex and not be gay. That's crazy. Confirmation. That is crazy. It's so absurd to me that I have no understanding of it. Man, I wish everybody healed. The world has turned upside down on its axis. It has. We got more and more stuff that's coming out in the media. People doing witchcraft in their houses, having voodoo dolls on people that they're around every day, coveting what someone else has. Your children's children are going to be suffering behind your nonsense. And you're so selfish, you don't even stop to think like, dang, they innocent. They not even here yet. Or have anything to do with my greed. Or the cause of me being incomplete, me being broken, me being unhealed. I was abused, I was manipulated, etc., etc. So then you grow up to become the abuser. What happened to, I want to be better than that. I want to heal this. I want to make sure the youth that come after me are knowledgeable and feel comfortable enough to tell somebody so that it's not a continuation. But no, we're just wallowing in a cesspool of spiritual filth, going into covenant with demonic entities. Our religion, our spirituality, our true fabric of who we're meant to be has been stripped and hidden away from us. And we don't even have the eyes or the understanding to seek it for ourselves. We take regurgitated information from other people that bleed like us instead of seeking for self. Meaning you'll believe anything somebody tell you. Even down to when it comes to destiny hijacking and thieving. Someone else then told you, oh, you can take that. Ignorant. Very, very foolish. And I understand looking at it from the other side of the coin, when you haven't had nothing and you came into a life with nothing and you just tired of not having, you're willing to do almost anything. People giving up their children, having children to have valuable sacrifices and stuff. Like, all of this stuff is nonsense. So much so that people will believe in dark energy, witchcraft, voodoo for negative means, and not stop to say, if all this stuff has worked and we can manipulate things this way, how can you sit and not think that there is a God over everything? How is that possible? You don't think, even if you're allowed to get away with this stuff, you don't think that there's a build up to where you're going to have to pay for all this stuff? Once the Creator says enough, and you're stricken with HIV, you're stricken with AIDS, you're stricken with homelessness, you're stricken with all these things, and then you have to suffer, then you're going to be asking, please, you're going to be pleading. But where was the thought about all this stuff when you were attempting to afflict this on other people? Again, you guys cannot play God. God is very present. And God is overseeing all this and letting you do your big one. Those intuitive nudges that you get, maybe I should stop. Those close calls, having an accident and barely walking away with your life, those are intuitive nudges to get your shit together. The Creator is giving you a chance to atone and get on the right path. Some of you are so big-headed that even after that, it just builds your ego up to feel like, oh, I must be the man. No, stupid. You're walking into your own trap. And you're so hateful and ugly that you can't see it. Some of this stuff, secondhand, I being embarrassed to even watch. That's the other side to the coin of having your third eye open, because you privy to what's going on in the background, in the spiritual realm, what you fools are doing. I don't even want to know what's going on. I don't want to know about your karma. That doesn't make me feel good. I feel sorry for you. But in all understanding, I understand that your spirit has to learn. Even if you have to be taken away from here and reincarnated again to suffer and get it, then so be it. But it's painful and brutal for me to watch. Several videos, audio videos, I have said, stop. Don't do it. Stop. Don't do it. And honestly, it wasn't for my benefit. I'm divinely protected. And I'm not perfect. But what I do not do is inflict harm on others. I don't even wish it or think it or utter it with my lips for harm to come to someone else. So even though I'm imperfect, in God's eyes, my heart is light. Even not understanding everything spiritually. I don't know everything there is to know. I'm confident in knowing if at any time the Creator wants to judge me and weigh my heart is clear. And I have had friends, family, lovers, everybody go against me in some of the most brutal ways. People that really wanted to see me leave this realm by death. And I've asked over and over again, when I'm sitting with my spiritual team, like, dang, that's a little harsh, death. You wish death on somebody because you're so hateful? Like, you can't wish for me to clip up or something like that. You gotta wish death on me. You go to the extreme. Like, wow. You don't want me to be happy. You don't want me to have nothing. You don't want nobody to love me. You don't want me to have no money. You want to have me on the street and begging so you can point the finger and laugh? Do you know what that says about you? Because it says nothing about me. It says everything about you. And it's all being written in your book of life. So when you stand before the Creator and there's a review of your life, how are you going to feel when all of this stuff is regurgitated of how much of a weirdo you are? How much of a hateful person you are? And most times it was no cause for any of it. It was simply because you're a mean and hateful person. Then most times you wishing those type of things on people that showed you love, went out their way for you. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. I have sat by and watched women that I have rubbed elbows with hump on my ex. And it's not just one of them. It's more than one female that's done that. Gross, but okay. You know, even going down to the pillow talking about me. I'm not even there. You two are going against me by even engaging in that manner, and you still have the nerve to talk about me? Like the female asking the dude which one is better and all of this nonsense. Like, it's very laughable. You look weak. And I hope you don't think that man respects you because you look weak even to him. And he laying with you. So what does that say about you both? Both of y'all laying up there thinking y'all got some prize when really y'all the bottom of the barrel. Real life. But I'll say this. When all of this stuff start hitting you, and I know most of you didn't already start hitting you. And I know, contrary to belief, you guys think I'm doing some dark magic to you. I absolutely am not. My hands is up. And they will remain clean. Ain't no blood on my hands. You hear me? Ain't no strikes against my soul. Because I think that you guys don't take this spiritual thing serious. I don't even think you guys take God serious. But your soul will. When they speak of these things of punishments in the Bible, gnashing of teeth, flesh burning, and I don't believe it's a physical place. Everyone builds their own hell. Most of you guys will be tormented and you won't be able to take it. Because of the amount of egregious things that you have done to other people. And most times it was unwarranted. You guys making pacts. We got people out here stealing children. Fucking unaliving the babies that are meant to do great things in this world. Nobody is going to escape this nonsense. Nobody is going to escape this nonsense. And you guys click up and get in these covens and these pacts. Oh, y'all not going to be able to hold each other hand. Every person is going to stand up and have to atone for their own mess. You ain't going to be able to say, well, my brother, nothing. Yeah, y'all may have been in that group orgy, doing all that demonic magic. But when it come time to be punished, you're going to be punished singly. But I just wanted to say, man, I love y'all. I do. I love y'all the way the Creator loves us. We all be given mercy at different times, man. I wish that we all can live in peace, that we can all live of a high vibration, but I understand that would imbalance the whole thing. So with every positive thing, there's going to be negative. I understand. That is balance. But I can dream, right? I wish more of us was on the side of the right thing, man. We got people. I done had my people steal my identity. People breaking into my house, stealing my IDs, all types of nonsense, trying to get stuff in my name. My name? You trying to get something in my name? You is crazy. These elaborate plots of getting insurance policies against me and then trying to do witchcraft to drive me insane, to maybe have me unalive myself. And some even went as far as to have people stalk me to unalive me just so they can get a check. Just so they can get a couple of racks. I have had so many near-death experiences, it's ridiculous. And I know a lot of people will say, well, if there's a God, why would you experience all that? A lot of things, negative things that good people, really good people, not people that's perpetrating out here. We talking about the people that's really good people behind closed doors. They experience a lot of negative, brutal things as well. But the flip side of that is they're being taught to recognize things for what it is. They're being groomed to understand, to be able to lend awareness to others that may still be sleeping unaware. Because all of us at a time or two have been asleep. Been having all types of stuff done to us our whole lives and not even knowing what was going on. But without people experiencing these things, we would have nothing to reference. You understand? I don't care one way or the other. I don't. I am thankful that I have endured and have had the experience of everything that I had to experience, both positive and negative, because it makes me that much wiser. It teaches me how to protect myself. It teaches me how to be thankful for each and every opportunity that I'm given at this life. I'm thankful that none of those accident spells work. People tampering with my vehicles trying to get me up out of here. By God's grace, I'm still walking around and I'm chipper and happy than a mug. Now, I'm not perfect. I get frustrated and upset like anybody else. But when I'm frustrated and upset, I know how to calm myself. I know how to isolate and ground myself. I don't go out and take those negative emotions out on other people. I deal with myself. I sit with the ancestors and let them heal me. Help me heal even when it's hard for me. Most of the time I roll solo because I understand it's a war going on outside. And anybody whose heart that is not right can be manipulated. And they may not even be aware of it. They're walking around asleep, doing all types of nonsense and don't even know why. You can ask a lot of these people a lot of time, why you do that? And they'll say, I don't know. I used to think, when people would tell me I don't know, that, what do you mean you don't know? You know why you did it. Some of them really don't know. They walking around sleep, demonically interrupted. When I start seeing that people is a little sketchy, and I start getting those warnings about certain people, I move around. I'm not about to sit around you and wait for you to put the knife in me, especially when I'm being warned. No, I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to move right out the way. All I've ever done in my life is try to love people, man. I don't know no other way. I'm going to be 100. I don't know how to be mean, nasty, and just underhanded. There was a point in my life when I first started going through all this stuff, I wish that I could be cold and just take out my pain, what was done to me, on everybody else. I did. But I'm thankful that I have the heart and soul and spirit that I do. Because that wouldn't have helped me or anybody else. Acting from a hurt place. Most of us don't even know we hurt. You tell yourself all those things that happened to you as a child. Your mama, your daddy not loving you enough. Not hugging you enough. Not showing you that you was important. You think that you grew up and, that don't bother me no more. But internally, it's still there. And that stuff is festering. Negative emotions. Your first love that hunched on your partner, that broke your heart, that you was in love with. You think, I don't give a F about that, whatever. When really, you mistreating everybody that come behind them because you still very hurt. And you taking it out on everybody. Because we never stop to take the time to deal with ourselves. A lot of grown men were taught boys don't cry, all of this nonsense. They gotta be tough all the time. But these are grown men walking around like they can't get their feelings hurt. But secretly, they mistreat other people simply because they hurt. And they told they gotta have this tough exterior and all of this nonsense, like they don't have feelings too. They have been groomed to be monsters. When some of them, before all this, they were gentle little boys. Loving little boys. None of us start out being hateful and mean. This is something that happens over time. Most people say, oh, you need therapy, you need therapy. I can give a take on therapy, honestly. I really could. Because I feel personally, myself, there's no another person that can tell me anything about how I feel. I am capable of sitting down and looking at what has hurt me and why I feel the way I feel. I'm perfectly capable with crying it out until I just feel like, okay, that's enough of that. It is what it is. But we all have to deal with ourselves in that way. Because just because one person hurt you, one person abandoned you, one person was not there, everybody is not going to do that to you. And it may be a whole bunch of people that share the same energy that it just ain't about nothing. But if you start paying more attention, you can see that most of them move alike. The red flags are there. This is where your wisdom come at. But at the top of this whole video, the point to it all, whether you're friend, foe, or otherwise, man, I love you. The Creator loves you. You know? And whether you have done some of the most egregious things or not, you can still change your ways. You're still going to be punished for everything that you've done. Nobody can escape punishment. All of us have to serve karma for the pain inflicted on others. No one gets away from that. But you have a chance to lessen your karma by saying, I'm not going to keep operating in that manner. And when you get your karma, take that on the chin. No matter how painful or brutal it may be. When your business is failing, when you losing your jobs, when the relationships are breaking up and just toxic, when your kids are going away and just won't listen, you gotta take that on the chin. Because you must remember what you dished out. We gotta clean this up, man. And for everyone high on the hog from things that they did in the dark, negative, you think you got everything going for yourself. And ain't nothing gonna happen. Man, it's gonna be a time where you gotta pay all that stuff back. And you're not gonna like it. Some people would just make them more bitter. When really, in reality, like, you did it to yourself. You had warnings. You had chances to clean it up. And instead, you just made things worse on yourself. I've had knowledge of people trying to offset their karma by giving to charity. God knows your heart. You're not going to escape because you call yourself, okay, I did this, I'm going to give some stuff away. But then I'm going to go back to business as usual. Nah, it don't work like that. You ain't tricking the Creator, you tricking yourself. And just making your karma that much worse on yourself for being stupid. But hey, there's no one out here. No one out here, nothing you can do to me that will make me go against my Father. Because one thing for sure, I don't never want the Creator looking down at me and the emotions or whatever that she has is undesirable. My mother used to tell me, she used to give me the option when I was a teenager, when I did something wrong. She'd tell me, you want the butt whooping or you want the punishment? I will always take the punishment. With the Creator, I don't never want to get the butt whooping. I'd rather take the punishment because I can't take it. Oh, my mother, I cannot take it. Give me the punishment. I will take the punishment. But the bigger point to that is I'm not doing nothing to get me in trouble. Now, I make mistakes by being unaware and unknowledgeable, but I'm not out here vindictive just trying to hurt people, man. Like, come on. You're hurting yourself. We were all created in the image of God, so to speak. Meaning we all started from a pure place. We gotta tighten up, y'all. That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna keep going on and on about it, you know. Even to those who are in mourning, who went against me, that feel like, oh, I gotta apologize because I'm going through karma and, you know, etc., etc. Anybody that has stolen from me, anything like that. The only thing that I can say about that, I don't need your apology. I'm well with it all. Now, if you took any type of bread from me, I need all that back. You can find my Cash App in this, on my channel. You ain't even gotta send no note or nothing. You can drop my bread, you know, and we good. We good even if you don't. Because I'm going to get mine 10 times over just for you taking it from me. And you're going to lose double that. So it don't make me a difference. But, you know, like I say, it wouldn't hurt for you to try to make your stuff right. It wouldn't hurt you. You're already in a messed up position. Why not try to get yourself out of that? You ain't going to get out of it. That's not what I mean. But at least show good faith. Like, okay, from this day forward, I'm going to try to make what I can right and move along the right way from here on out. And show improve. You know? And again, it's not like you're not going to get karma. You got to get your punishment for this stuff, man. Some people, 100 years, curse on your bloodline. Wow, that's a long time. So why not try to offset at the tail end of your karma for you to be coming out of that after you finish your karma? That's all I'm saying. Because you can't take back what's already done. And most people say, well, I'm going to go with my move then. Okay. That don't make sense, but all right. If you like it, I love it. I wouldn't advise it, but, you know, what you do don't affect me. It affects you. So, whatever you want to take from that, take from that. I love you so much. Peace.